So you were pretty much the first person Trump chose after he got elected. I think it was the end of that week, right?
Yeah, I believe I was.
Can you summarize in one sentence what you plan to do with the job?
Well, look, we had a discussion that night, and he gave me three rails. So three things he wants me to do. Number one is secure the border.
Yeah.
Shut the border down. Number two, run the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen. And third, he wants me to lead an effort to find the over 300,000 missing children that were trafficked into this country. And to go from the most secure border of my lifetime under President Trump, based on data, right? That's just my opinion, that's data. Go from the most secure border of my lifetime to historic illegal immigration in one administration. That's by design. That's not mismanagement.
Yeah.
That's by design.
What do you think the goal was?
You know, I asked that a lot of you, why would anybody open the border up? I think Joe Biden's the first president in American history who came in office and unsecured the border. I mean, when Biden signed over 9 executive orders getting rid of everything we did, he also overturned the Trump census rule, where millions of illegal aliens be counted in all these sanctuary cities, which is going to result in more seats in the House for the Dems and the reproportionate seats in the House. I think under the Trump administration, there needs to be an investigation on what happened, who was involved. I know I've had numerous conversations with Mark Green, who is the chairman of Homeland Oversight. He plans on having some oversight hearings on this, specifically when it relates to the NGOs. You know, I think they were complicit in a lot of this illegal immigration. And certainly the United Nations were south of our border working on this global illegal immigration to the United States. So I'm counting on the new Congress, which we now have control of both the House and the Senate, to conduct oversight hearings and hold people accountable. There's no way, again, there's no way this is mismanagement or incompetence. This is by design. And do I think Joe Biden had the expertise to do it? No, I think someone's pulling his strings. So this is something that needs to be fully investigated. People need to be held accountable because...
Well, they need to go to wreck the country. They need to go to prison.
They created the biggest national security vulnerability this nation's ever seen. That's when we got 2.2 million gotaways, right? That's when the fentanyl comes across to kill 250,000 Americans. That's why sex trafficking of women and children is up 600%. That's why the number of migrant deaths is at a historic high. So this, what people call this innocent illegal immigration crisis, made a lot of bad things happen because the Border Patrol was strictly overwhelmed and couldn't do their national security.
Well, it changed the culture of the United States, which is worse than any of the things that and more permanent than any of the things you listed. You can't run in and change people's ancient culture. Been here for 250 years. You can't do that. No, it's the worst crime ever committed against the U.S., worse than the Civil War, in my opinion.